So you join me today on the East Coast Main Line at Welwyn Garden City, and you probably thought I have forgotten about this little personal challenge that I'm currently doing. And this challenge is visiting every single station on the East Coast Main Line from London King's Cross to Edinburgh Waverley. And today's stretch that I shall be looking at is from Welwyn Garden City to Arlesey, looking at 5 different railway stations en route. So I'm currently standing on platform 3 at Welwyn Garden City waiting for the 10:28 Great Northern service to Knebworth Garden City, and the first stop we shall be stopping off at is Welwyn North, and there's something I want to see at Welwyn North as well. So I have given myself 1 hour at this railway station to have a look around, but the railway station we are currently at is Welwyn North. And the first thing I noticed about this railway station already, it's completely different to the rest of the stations on the East Coast Main Line, because most of the East Coast Main Line is quadrupled in certain areas, but this is the first time we actually see 2 tracks running through a railway station. And speaking of the railway station, it's got a lovely station building, it's got a lovely footbridge at the southern end of the railway station, and also at the north end of the railway station is Welwyn Tunnel. And there has been an accident there in 1866 when a couple of freight trains have collided with each other in that tunnel due to the guard failed to protect the train. So before I show you the reason why I've stopped off at this railway station for an hour, and the reason why it's 2 tracks through this railway station, let's talk about Welwyn North Station. It opened in 1850 by the Great Northern Railway's Welwyn, but in 1926 the London North Eastern Railway renamed this station to Welwyn North. And the reason I gave myself an hour at this railway station is the viaduct south of the railway station. Digswell Viaduct, or Welwyn Viaduct. Go take a look at this beautiful viaduct right now. So in front of me I can see Digswell Viaduct, and honestly it looks absolutely stunning. I'll turn the camera now and you just see how stunning that viaduct really is. Just absolutely gorgeous. Honestly, as I mentioned, the viaduct right behind me, Digswell Viaduct or Welwyn Viaduct, just absolutely looks amazing. And there's some facts about this viaduct as well. It was designed by William Cuthbert, and it was designed to a style after a Roman aqueduct. It has 40 arches, 1,560 feet long, and opened on the 6th of August 1850 by Queen Victoria. But since the viaduct is 100 feet high, reports saying that Queen Victoria was frightened of its height. You could say she wasn't amused. And to be honest, I won't be amused if I don't get back to the railway station in time to get my next train to Knebworth. I've got 10 minutes to walk back to the station and my train is due in 10 minutes. This might be a tight getting back to the railway station to catch my train. So I've just arrived back at the railway station. Now, my train's supposed to leave here at 11:30, but it's 11:31, but my trains were about 14 minutes late. Oh, they cancelled at 12 o'clock. That's going to be a problem. Anyway, so we have made it back to Welwyn North Station, so I'm waiting for the 11:30 train to take me to Knebworth, the next station up the line. So we have now made it to the next railway station we're stopping off at as we head towards Arlesey. This is Knebworth. And one thing I noticed about this railway station straight away is that there's not really much on the platforms here. Yes, it's a quadruple mainline because we have gone back to 4 tracks with platforms 2 and 3 sealed off for fast trains passing through the station. Platform 1 is for services towards London King's Cross and platform 4 is for services towards Stevenage, Welwyn Garden City and Cambridge. But the interesting stuff is actually on road level, because it does have a small lovely station building on road level, but unfortunately this station, what I've noticed, it's not step-free access. You can only access the platforms by the steps. So as I mentioned, there's nothing interesting about this railway station. The history of this railway station, there's not really much to say about it as well. It opened on the 1st of February 1884 by the Great Northern Railway. Now I was due to leave here on the 12:04 Great Northern service to Cambridge, but unfortunately that train got cancelled. As you saw my reaction where I was at Welwyn North. Do apologise about the swearing. So the next train to leave here is the 12:34 Great Northern service to Welwyn Garden City, and the next station I'm going to is Stevenage. Now, to be honest, I was admiring that Lumo train that was sitting on the platform at Stevenage. I was admiring it so much that I forgot to film my train out that I arrived from Knebworth. But we have now made it to the first station we're stopping off at today. This is Stevenage. I'm only going to say that once, to be honest. But the one thing about this railway station is that it does have 5 platforms here. 4 through platforms for services from London King's Cross towards Peterborough. But it does have a 5th platform, but the 5th platform is for terminated services off the Hertford North line, because the Hertford North line does join the East Coast Main Line just before Stevenage. So there is a little bit of history about Stevenage station. The first station opened a mile south from the current station, and that station opened on the 7th of August 1850 by the Great Northern Railway, but closed in 1973. The current station we're standing on opened in 1973 with 4 platforms, and the 5th platform was added in 2020 to ease congestion with trains coming off the Hertford North line to terminate at Stevenage. Now, when I did the third part of the East Coast Main Line from Potter's Bar to Welwyn Garden City, the original plan was to get to Stevenage, but unfortunately I couldn't do it that day because I got into London 2.5 hours late, so I ended up having to cut it short at Welwyn Garden City. But we are going further down the line from Stevenage because the next station is Hitchin. And I'm waiting for the 1308 Great Northern service to Cambridge, which is running about 20 minutes late to get to Hitchin, the next station down the line. So we have now made it to the penultimate station we're stopping off at today, and this is also a station I haven't been to before as well. This is Hitchin. And like Welwyn North, Hitchin is another station I wanted to come to for a very long time. And it's good to be here actually. I have noticed Hitchin has only got 2 platforms here, even though it's got 4 tracks. The platforms are on the slow line for Thameslink and Greater Northern services, even though this station did used to have intercity services until 1973. It's got some lovely station buildings here as well on both platforms, and this is also the last station before Edinburgh Garden City trains and Cambridge trains divert off the East Coast Main Line. So there is quite a bit of history here at Hitchin Station. Now the station opened on the 7th August 1850 by the Greater Northern Railway. The line through here was opened on the same day. 21st of October 1850, the Royston and Hitchin Railway opened a line which is currently still in use to today, with services towards Cambridge. The 1st of February 1858, the Midland Railway opened a line from Leicester via Bedford so their trains could get into London. Now when London St Pancras was opened, the line from Leicester to Hitchin became a branch line and closed in 1964. Also in 1958 there was actually an accident that happened at Hitchin Station when a train overrun the signals and had a rear end collision with another freight train, but then an LNER V2 on another freight train collided into the wreckage. So there's 3 trains involved in a massive wreckage. But anyway, we shall be leaving Hitchin Station now on the Peterborough services, because as I mentioned, the Edinburgh Garden City and Cambridge services branch off the East Coast Main Line here. So from now on, it's all Peterborough trains for Thameslink services that we're going to be getting. And the next and final station we're stopping off at today will be Arlesey. So we're going to board the train now and let's head to that station. So we have now made it to the final station we're stopping off at today. This is Arlesey. And first impressions of this railway station is, it reminds me of Welwyn Green. When I explain the station's history very shortly, you'll see why. But one thing about this railway station, it does have 2 platforms. The platforms on the slow lines of the East Coast Main Line. It does have a very modernish station building, just a small station building. But the thing that dominates this railway station is the road bridge, which carries the A507 over the railway line. So there's nothing really special about this railway station when it opened, just they went through a lot of name changes. But when Arlesey station was opened by the Great Northern Railway on the 7th of August 1850, it was named Arlesey and Sheffield Road, but there was no E in Arlesey. The E was added in 1860. In 1893 it was renamed to the current name of this railway station, Arlesey, but it was reverted back to Arlesey and Sheffield Road in 1895. Now in 1933 it was actually renamed to Arlesey and Henlow, but the station did close to passenger traffic on the 5th of January 1959 by British Rail. However though, the station did reopen on the 3rd of October 1988 by British Rail. And this is why you can see this railway station is very 1980s and does remind me of Welwyn Green. So it has really been interesting between Welwyn Garden City and Arlesey today. Even though we did encounter a cancelled train at Welwyn North, that I was going to get out of Knebworth to get to Stevenage on. Because what you're going to see right now is the plan that I have, but sometimes these plans, when you plan them in advance, you just don't know what's going to happen on the day. But also, the reason I picked Arlesey as the end location of today's video is because there's only 4 stations before we get to Peterborough. Peterborough is being the 5th station. So the next video that I shall do is from Arlesey, and we're going straight to Peterborough, calling all stations en route. But also in advance, I actually have filmed 4 more East Coast Mainline videos. I have filmed the videos from Doncaster to Dunbar, but as soon as I get to Doncaster, those videos will be out as soon as I get to Doncaster. But for now, I'm going to put the whole playlist of the East Coast Mainline on screen right now. Feel free to give that a click. The people on screen now, YouTube channel members and Patreon supporters, thank you for supporting the channel. I've been SimOnTrains, and hope to see you at the next railway station so we can embark on a new journey together. Thanks for watching.